Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is going to be what should you ask of a contractor before you actually hire them? So let's go ahead and take a dive into it. We all know that contractors exist all around. However, you want to make sure that you're finding a reputable contractor that's just not adding a bunch of fluff, basically. So the first thing that you should do is ask for their license. They typically have a license number. You can visit the your local state's contractors association. Every contractor that is licensed is going to be listed on that website, along with whether or not they have been suspended or not. And you want to make sure that you want to get somebody who's not suspended, of course. They may not always disclose that information to you, so you want to do your own research. Don't go by just what they say. The next thing is going to be, can they provide references? You want to drive by some of the local work sites that they may actually be working on right now, and you may want to find out if you can speak with the current owner of that property and speak with them to find out if they are pleased with the results of what the contractor is actually doing. Sometimes you may speak with the contractor, although they're actually working on the site, it may be an issue of whether or not they just have to finish it. The owner is not actually pleased with whatever is going on with it, but you want to be able to speak with someone who is actually living at the property or going to be living at the property to make sure that they're pleased with the results, so that you can also possibly be pleased with your results as well. The next thing is going to be to find out what the timeline of the project is. You don't want something that can drag on and on and on for years and months, because this is going to be something that's going to be affecting your bottom dollar. So you want to make sure that you find out what the timeline is. Make sure that you get everything in writing, whether or not it's the expenses, whether or not it's going to be the timeline, whether or not it's going to be whatever it may actually be. You want to make sure that everything is going to be in writing so that there won't be any future problems later. The next thing is going to be what is included in the estimate. You may assume, and you don't want to ever assume, you may assume that all of the estimates that they give you is going to include supplies. But it may just actually be labor. So you want to make sure that it includes labor and materials, or you want to make sure that it's materials only, or if it's just labor only. So you want to find out exactly what the potential estimate actually includes, so that you won't get a surprise later when you actually get that bill. Who will be on site and who will manage it? A lot of times contractors will subcontract properties out or subcontract work out. And what I mean by that is they may actually not even have anybody on payroll. They may have the contractor's license, but they may sub or hire a licensed plumber, a licensed electrician, a licensed what have you. So you want to find out who's going to actually be on site. Are you going to sub the contract out, or are you going to actually have people who are on payroll? It doesn't matter if they actually sub it out or if they actually have workers working on payroll, but you want to be clear on who is actually going to be on your site, because if anything happens, you want to be able to determine who do you speak to. Who do you speak to about the plumbing issue? Do you go to the contractor? Do you go to the subcontractor? So you want to have all of that outlined so that there won't be any discrepancies. What is your payment schedule is going to be the next item that you should ask. You want to make sure that your project does not go long. And because if it goes long, you want to determine, like I said, what's the payment schedule. So a lot of times contractors will ask for a deposit. You don't want to pay half of it up front. You don't want to pay all of it up front. Typically, there's going to be a deposit, and there's going to be a set amount of time that they're actually going to expect payment. So for example, they may say that we want to expect payment every week or every 2 weeks, or once we get to a specific stopping point, once we frame, once we finish the bathroom or the kitchen or what have you. You want to have it outlined, and what you want to make sure that's agreeable with you, so that you don't feel that you're actually making payments and there's no progress going. And then pretty soon you'll see that you've made more payments than the actual work is done. So you want to find out what the timeline is going to be as well. The next thing is going to be, do you offer warranties or guarantees? So it may be that your plumbing fixtures may have a 3-year warranty. The plumber says that any problems that you may experience, that you can come back within 3 months. So you want to make sure that you find out what your warranties are on your appliances, your work that's going to be done, whether it's electrical, whether it's plumbing, whether it's foundation work, whether it's driveway. You want to find out what specific warranties you have, and you want to have them in writing in your contracts. Now, you want to also keep in mind that even though the contractor may say this, you want to make sure that whatever contracts that the subcontractor has with the contractor, that they also apply to you. How will you handle unexpected problems is going to be the next question. You want to find out who's the contact person. If anything happens, who should I come to? What should happen? How are we going to come to a resolve? If you're not finished on time, if you're not pleased with some of the work, if anything goes wrong, somebody falls off, you want to make sure that not only are they licensed, but you want to make sure that they are also insured as well, because you don't want to get sued if someone gets hurt on the job or hurt on your property or what have you. I hope the information in this video helps you. If you like the information, please like and subscribe. Also visit my website at www.housefliptoolkit.com, where you'll find more information and posts and blogs and other helpful information. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.